Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Iman Atiki bin Anwar. My matrix number is 211263. I am a University Putra Malaysia student who choose a course Consumer Studies for the first year, SEM 1 PSP 3004. For now, I will discuss for you all about impacts of COVID-19 on consumer consumption behavior. So I would like to start with I would like to share for you all about my presentation on the PowerPoints. So I share screen now. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? So I will start to introductions first. The latest pandemic, COVID-19, has affected the whole world. COVID-19 pandemic can be described as far more than just a health crisis since it has heavily affected the societies and economies. The first case that was discovered in Malaysia was on 25 January 2020, and the first confirmed date was on 17 March 2020. The number of cases has steadily increased after discovering the first cases. Consumer choice of the place to shop is restricted due to the lockdown and social distancing. Daily activities such as working, schooling, and shopping all have shifted and localized at home. In this situation, a clear concern arose for both governments and companies, which is how consumer purchasing behavior would be affected by the COVID-19 crisis. Behavioral change related to pandemic outbreaks seem to be connected with personal protection such as the use of face masks rather than general behavior change. In a modern society, as a human being, it seems to be more centered around convenience than worrying about what might happen in the future. COVID-19 pandemic has changed nearly every aspect of our daily life and consumer spending in no exception. According to Fernandez 2020, COVID-19 has brought some change in consumer behavioral patterns regarding consumption across the world. It brings change in people lifestyle, buying behavior, and supply chain system of business resulting in new events. For instance, consumers are looking at products and brands through a new lens. So I go to the next subtopic, which is the panic buying is first. The global pandemic COVID-19 has caused huge economic damage with cities looking down and people sheltered at home since January 2020. Pandemics are highly stressful situations which can easily induce negative emotions and adverse mental health, contribute directly to stress. Impulsive buying has been clarified as a consumer experience a sudden, often powerful, and continuing impulse to buy something immediately. The obsessive buying behavior is an instinctive tendency that is followed by preoccupation in purchasing and repeated purchase to reduce panic or stress. In Malaysia, after the Prime Minister imposed a lockdown and the movement control order to overcome the spread of the disease, this situation leads to panic buying, leaving supermarket shelves empty. In short, the risk perception about COVID-19 pandemic and how much life is affected by the pandemic relates to consideration of the future and current panic buying behaviors. This is the panic buying explanation. So I would like to discuss next subtopic, which is online shopping. As we all know, the COVID-19 has brought harsh difference in consumer behaviors. The significant negative impact of this pandemic has brought many restrictions and procedures by the government that should be followed by everyone. Customers were more dependent on online platforms to fulfill their necessities like Lazada, Shopee, and other online shopping platforms. A survey proves a survey proves that more than 50% of the global consumers responded to a survey that was conducted in June 2021 that they has used digital device more frequently than they had 6 months early. Other reasons for unusual purchasing might be caused by social pressure for people where there is a timing system for customer to buy their necessities. Consumers also think that online shopping convenience where they can shop from the comfort of their home and speed. Although there are many benefits, there are also some disadvantages for consumers on online shopping. Considering all of the facts, the unexpected COVID-19 pandemic has brought the huge difference in consumer buying behaviors. This is the discussion about online shopping. So I go to the next subtopic, which is the embracing digital technology. A new coronavirus illness was discovered in Wuhan, China on 31 December 2019. On 11 March 2020, the World Health Organization named it COVID-19 and declared it a pandemic. As of July 2020, the epidemic has affected 98.6% of learners globally, or 1.7 to 700 to 25 billion children and young in 200 countries, from pre-primary to higher education. The coronavirus outbreak gave business the chance to experiment with and extend their use of digital technologies like video conferencing programs, eliminating the need for face-to-face meeting. Where studies on consumer behavior and digital technology adoption in business operation have been widely conducted. The COVID-19 pandemic is still relatively new, and as a result, there are few studies that have been conducted to examine its effects on consumer behavior. The COVID-19 consumer behavior is changing in both school and the workplace. During this pandemic period, consumers are spending more time on their mobile phones and online apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, WeChat, and other social media platforms are popular among consumers. According to the Data Institute of Global Health Innovation, since the emergence of the pandemic, 62% of respondents have expanded the use of digital technologies and data solutions due to the concern for the safety and welfare of people, the personnel, as well as lockdown or movement restriction. So I go to the next sub area or the next subtopic under the COVID-19 impacts is order food through online. Consumers also make a lot of food purchase at markets, restaurants, and other to get their favorite foods. Online food services have long existed in most restaurants in Malaysia since time immemorial. When the spread of the COVID-19 epidemic began to worry, the method of online food services changed from being a convenience to the need for the public to get food. Uh, During the government's implemented movement control order policy, the online food buying food through the online decision is the to be a first choice among Malaysians because the this order food through the online you can get food quickly and just click the various application on the your mobile such as GrabFood, Foodpanda, Lalamove, and so on. The Malaysian consumer have been purchasing 50% more in online platform, especially during the movement control order. In small conclusions, the increasing prevalence of COVID-19 in Malaysia has indirectly changed the behavioral of buyers from a convenience to a necessity, especially purchase involving food. Uh, so the final subtopic is the e-wallet. Malaysians have been again to utilize e-wallets instead of paper money in their daily transactions as the technology-driven era has progressed. GrabPay, Touch and Go e-wallet, and Boost are just a few of the e-wallet apps that have been developed. The impact of COVID-19 on customer behavior regarding the intention to use an e-wallet in Malaysia is investigated in this study. The first goal is to look at Malaysian perception of e-wallet in terms of convenience. The more convenient it is to use a certain technology, the more likely people are to use an e-wallet as a payment method. According to Choi and Son 2016, the perceived simplicity of utilizing e-wallets prompted the younger population and to adopt mobile payments. Touch and Go e-wallet is the most popular among consumers, followed by GrabPay, Boost, WeChat Pay, Shopee Pay, and Aeon Wallet. So, therefore, consumer response of convenience have been refrained by the COVID-19. So, I end my discussion in start a conclusion. The conclusion is the COVID-19 epidemic swept the globe in 2020, posing a completely new form of catastrophe for everyone and a challenge for both the public and private sectors. Regardless of the sort of talent examined, consumer purchasing abilities have altered dramatically. The epidemic has had little impact on people's daily activities, including work, recreation, and shopping. All of these turbulent manifestations of the economic and social environment taken together have resulted in change in population purchasing and consumption behavior. That's all my discussion about impact of COVID-19 during the uh, impact of the COVID-19 to the consumer behavior. So I finally my discussion with thank you.